that went out on a night mountain biking trip.
Night biking.
Ever done that?
No. What's the advantage to night? Are there lights on the bike?
I'd never heard of it. And I have a friend who's like a real sort of like he's a triathlete. He's like he's in his late 40s, but he's very active. And he said, "Come on, go on a night mountain biking trip with us." So we have a bike. So I brought it out at night. It was like 8 o'clock at night. He's like 3 of his friends are there who are sort of like super jockey type of guys. And immediately I knew I was in trouble because they started chuckling. Apparently I have a girls' mountain bike. I didn't realize that they, because it didn't have the bar. And then they were sort of dressed like they started putting on like shin pads and like elbow pads and spine guards. And I'm like in the, spandex sort of, more of the, tour de something. And, so, and they're like in rollerball mode. And then they start putting on these helmets, like these lacrosse helmets that have miner's lights on them. And they give me one. It's like, all right, this is it. So already it's just like I felt like I was a little bit at a disadvantage, but I just went with it. Right. And then we started going, and we're going along this like dirt path by the ocean, and actually it was great. It was like, oh, this, the moon is out, so it's not just the light. And we're going like 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles. I'm kind of getting exhausted, but I'm invigorated too. And I'm excited that I'm part of this thing. And then when we get to like 5 miles, I'm like, all right, we get to the top of this hill. And I'm like, yes, and everybody gets off their bikes. I'm like, okay, this was good, we did it. And then they start like checking their gears and pulling out power bars and preparing. And I said, what's going on? I go, well, we're at the trailhead. We're ready to start. And then they've got like the Camelback slurp things that they get. They're like their preparations are being made.
Is that
for
the
like
technical name, the Camelback slurp
Camelback slurp water thing. And then they just like take off. Oh, and then the one guy who's like really serious, super serious guy, just says to me, just looks at me and goes, "Look, whatever happens, don't fight the mountain."
What does that mean?
I have no idea. No idea what it means, but it's scaring me. And then they're off down like this 75-degree slope downhill, right, into the jungle, disappearing into the jungle. They're gone. It's like the kind of slope that you're like afraid to go up, let alone down. And I just have to whatever. I just go. I take off, and it's one of the most frightening experiences of my life. All I can see is what's ahead of me in like my beam of light. It's the jungle. It's like, I'm going so fast, so I slow down, and then I get down to the bottom, and then I've lost momentum. So now to go back up, because it's all up and down, I have to like carry the bike up the hill. So I'm carrying the bike up the hill, and I'm sweating, and there's mud, and I can't see them or hear them. They're like out of
They're way ahead.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't even remember when I wasn't doing this in my life. I feel like it's like I'm in it's like a apocalypse now or something. And then like something kicked in, like this adrenaline kicks in, and I'm like, you know what, these guys, come on, they're bicyclists, right?
Exactly.
They're not bikers. Right. It's not like Harley Davidson. These are guys on bike. I can do this. So I like sort of like kick it in, and I start going, and I'm going good, and I start to, like, I can hear them up ahead, and I'm starting to feel it. And then one of them, I just hear this guy he yells out, "No brunch! No brunch!" And I'm like, all right, yeah, well, like, what? This is like some biking term. Like we're going so well, there's momentum happening, we're not going to stop to eat the power bars. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, yeah, no brunch! No brunch! And I look up, and there's this, like, 3-foot thick tree trunk flying at me, right? And you know how they say, like, when when an accident happens, like everything slows down, and you go into slow motion, and like somehow your instincts kick in, and you do whatever you need to do to save yourself in that moment. Yeah, that didn't happen.
No, nothing.
Slammed right into it.
Ow! Ow!
And as I came to, the guy, they're all just like sort of like staring at me, and they're like, "Hey, man, didn't you hear? Low branch, low branch."
Now, how's the family?